All right, what is up, guys? I am out here at Odell Weeks in Aiken, South Carolina, and today I'm going to be testing out some new disc, some new fairway drivers in particular from Discraft, some things that I've been wanting to try out. So we got a nice open course, beautiful day with good weather, so I'm going to just be out here testing some discs today. Let's see how these things fly. All right, we are here on hole one, which is about 300 feet straight ahead. A lot of these discs are going to be ones I'm familiar with. But they're new discs to me, but I'm familiar with the mold. Some of these are going to be brand new molds that I've never thrown before. Going to see how they fly. All right, we're going to start with some drivers. I'm going to go with the Undertaker, which is a mold I'm familiar with. This is a Z-Swirl Undertaker. Never thrown this particular plastic. First throw of the day. Let's see how it goes with this one. Not a great rip, just kind of softened that one a little bit. Let's go with the ESP one here. This one I'm a little more familiar with. It is pretty straight to stable. And that one is just dead straight. A little bit deep, not really caring about how close it is in proximity to the basket. All right, let's go tracker. This is my more stable tracker. Clip the tree limb, but that's still down there. All right, this has been a disc that I've been really liking. I've thrown it a couple times. This is the DGA Pipeline. It's not quite as overstable as I thought, but I'm really, really liking it for hyzer flip-up shots. Threw that one low, but that is right there by the basket. All right, this is one I have not thrown. This is a Sagara, just a Z plastic Sagara. Feels pretty good, but haven't thrown it, so let's see what it does. Okay, pretty straight to stable. Nice flight on that. And then the last one here is the Mega Glow Cicada. Never thrown a Cicada. I've heard good things about it. We're gonna give it a rip and see what it does. Ooh, and it is a little flippier. But that's pretty nice actually. Kind of flipped up and rode. All right, the putter I've been liking lately has been the DGA Surf and this stone plastic. Feels really good, nice beadless feel. All right, I'm gonna putt from the Cicada just because see what these things can do on a longer putt, see if I can get the glide. There it is. All right, hole two is about, it says it's 300 feet. It definitely is farther than that. It plays probably closer to like 340, maybe a little bit farther than that just because of the low ceiling. One disc that I think could be great for this hole is the ESP Heat. These are, this is a mold that I've loved for a long time, and I've kind of learned how to throw these, but I really want to see what this one does. I've never thrown this particular one, so I just want to see what this does, see if it'll flip up and kind of drift over to the right. Oh, I threw it too low. Man. Oh man, that is a perfect flight. Whoo, that's parked. A little too much turn. That one's got a little more stability, which is, I believe, expected. See that pop up, get under it. Oh, yeah, that's it right there. That one is also pretty straight. That one is a little more beat in, but nice flyer. That particular one is more stable. Yeah, it's pretty darn good. That one is a little bit straighter, get under it. Yeah, good flyers. All right, guys, got some good drives up here. Got a Z-Swirl Undertaker over here, got Cicada, got the Pipeline, and then I've got the ESP Undertaker. I'm gonna putt from this one just because it's the farthest out. Probably edge a circle right here. Just trying to get these putters dialed in a little bit. Get there. Oh, a little bit left. There we go. Get there. That's fine. Felt good coming out. That's all I care about. I can make that adjustment. All right, we're on to hole 3, which plays about 330, 340. This is a good one to be able to test some of these drivers out on. We're gonna start with the Cicada. I really like how this flew on the last hole, and if I throw this right, should be just right for this type of hole. Yep. Go in. Whew. It's right up there by it. Just like that. Yeah. It's starting to fight out, a little bit low. It's turning, it's turning, it's turning. Dude, that disc is so good. Man, that is... That's another good one. Maybe get in the basket. Whew. Got another good collection of shots up here. I'm gonna putt from the pipeline just because once again, it's a little bit kind of on the edge of the circle here. Probably just inside the circle. There we go. There we go. I'm really liking these putters. Okay, y'all, hole 4 is about in that 330 range. I think it plays more as a forehand or a turnover backhand. Really, really fun hole though. Tell you what we're gonna go with first. We're gonna go with a Meteor on a turnover line. I've actually aced this hole with this turnover shot, so let's see how the Meteor flies. That's not bad. Held the turnover a little bit too much turn. Good throw, just the wrong line, but not bad. That's more like it right there. Yep, yep, that's it. May go in if it gets under it. Oh my Lord. Ooh, very straight, wow. But that is parked. Ooh, it's straight. Wow, that is gonna be a good one. All right, again, a good collection of shots. I'm really liking the consistency. Got the Meteor up here to about 15 feet. Man, Discraft, man, I'm telling y'all, they're onto something. These things are consistent. All right, hole 5, not that far hole. I'm not sure what the distance is. I'm gonna try a few different ones here. It's definitely sub 300 feet, but I'm gonna try to go with this tracker again on a forehand line and see what it does. Yeah, look at that. Come on, skip in. Oh my goodness. That is a little too much hyzer maybe, or maybe it's going in. Nope. If it fades, it's got a chance, but it's a Buzz SS, so it's not gonna fade. Y'all, that tracker had to be close. I'm assuming it went just deep of the basket based on the line it took, but man, that was really, really close. All right, here we go again. Probably in that 27, 28 foot range. You gotta be kidding me. That was a miss all day. All right, we are on to hole 6, which plays as a forehand hole or a turnover backhand. I think it's like in the 270 range. Just like that, nice and low, keep it, get a skip. Hopefully that's close enough. That is a little bit straighter. Probably just a touch deep of the basket. Look at that, man. Throwing that every bit as hard as I am, those Captain's Raptors, and it's holding up. That's the line right there. Oh, Go in, please. Oh, that's way over it. Jeez. All right, guys, got all 4 shots in the circle. I'm gonna putt from this Raptor just because it's the farthest out. Bang, there we go. All right, y'all, hole 7 out here plays about 240 or so. I'm gonna go with the Captain's Raptor once again and just see if I can get this one close, hopefully ring this one up. That could be if it skips in. That is it. That is it. That thing is getting straight on me. All right, guys, there it is. Captain's Raptor. All right, even though we aced on the first shot, we're still gonna putt just to get those reps in. I'm gonna putt over here from this Raptor that I've misreleased. There it is. Let's go. All right, hole 8 is one of my favorite holes out here because you've got 3 routes you can take. You can take the hyzer gap, you can go straight up the middle, or you can do a forehand or turnover on the left side. So we'll try a few different ones here. I'm gonna start off with this Onyx. This is a Sparkle Z, I think, or maybe a Crystal Sparkle, something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna try the kind of the low line skip over here to the right with the Onyx. Just like that, catch an edge and skip. Ooh, kind of skipped up more than it skipped out, but that's all right. That one had a little pop-up to it. That was kind of strange. I've never seen an Onyx do that. It pops up just a touch. Man, that thing is good. It is right by the basket. Ooh, right under it. All right, got the Onyx. Didn't quite get over far enough as I would like, but still not a bad position. We're looking just outside the circle. Once again, probably in that same 35-foot range. Ah, a little high. Let's give it another one. That time a little low. All right, guys, on to the last hole. I think this plays probably about 280 or so, somewhere in that range. So we're gonna have some fun with this one. We're gonna go with that Onyx once again. Try to get this up high and wide and let it fade in there. Dang, that thing's more stable than I give it credit for. Whew. Too much hyzer. That had a little more pop up to it. Ooh. Yeah. Thing actually carries pretty good. All right, so my first one, my Onyx, was one of my worst throws, but still inside the circle. See if we can bang this one home and get out of here. Bang. Let's go. Great way to end. Let's take it to the truck and we'll debrief a little bit. All right, guys, well, that's gonna wrap it up. It was a fun day out here testing some of these discs. Let me walk you through some of the ones that stood out to me and some that I think could make the bag. Let's start off with the Raptor. This one flies a lot like my Captain's Raptor. Not sure if it's gonna make the bag right now, but really good replacement for that one, especially in the stage of where it's in. Very nice and straight, so more of a backup. Swirl Undertaker, not so much. I like the way it flies, I just don't really need it. I'd prefer the Tracker, which I'll get to in just a minute. However, the ESP Undertaker, this one had a little more pop-up and drift to it, pushed that distance a little bit farther, so that one has real potential to make the bag. ESP heat, didn't get to throw this a whole lot today, but in the times I threw it, didn't throw it very well, so I just want to keep experimenting with that one. The Z Tracker, probably the winner of the day for me, especially this one. This is the one I was forehanding. Nice and flat, feels really good in the hand for forehand and for backhand. It's got a little bit of a straighter flight with a nice hyzer finish to it. And this one is a little domier, but has a really good flight to it. So I think this will be kind of my more like my Undertaker, just because of its stage of wear. Feels really good though. Another disc I'm really excited about is the DGA Pipeline. This disc is really been one that I've started going to a lot, not only in the woods, but in the open. I'm more of a hyzer thrower by nature, so having something that pops up and glides and then gets a good finish, the Pipeline's been really good for that. Sagara, really good disc. I don't think it's going to make my bag, again, mainly because I prefer the 8-speed and the tracker, but I think this is a great disc. So if you're looking for something that's straight and has a good stability to it, definitely check out the Sagara. The Cicada, however, this surprised me of how far it goes. It reminded me of like an FD or something like that, kind of a slightly understable, very glidey type of shot. This has real potential to make the bag. But I kind of put it in the same category as the Pipeline. So I'm going to keep experimenting with it, see which one I like better. And then last but not least, as far as the new disc, the Onyx, I've got 2 of them. The ESP is a little bit straighter, which I like. And then I've got this Sparkle one that is very overstable. So great complement to something like my Captain's Raptor. So I really enjoy both of these. So really fun day. Man, the thing I love most is how consistent these things are. And of course, I can't go without saying how good the surf has been as a putter. That's exactly what I'm looking for, something nice and straight. I was putting well with the Praxis, and the surf is almost identical to that in terms of feel and flight. So I'm gonna keep working with all these, but guys, it's been good to be throwing some Discraft again, throwing a lot of their stuff and revisiting these molds, and I love the consistency of it. So these are gonna stay in the bag. I'm gonna keep working with them, and I'll make sure to update you. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one.